First at 4, a massive Marina fire. The smoke could be seen for miles. The damage and the one piece of good news after the battle finally ended. Also, it's a phone call that could cost you a lot of money in aggravation. The state of Michigan has a word of warning that you might share with loved ones. Paula.
Well, a COVID vaccine may be on the way, but family members of our most vulnerable are struggling with the decision of whether or not to even consider it for their loved ones. I'll have that report. Hi, Andrew.
Hello there, Paula, and happy Friday, everybody. We've got some clouds overhead, but mostly dry. Will we see some sunshine come back for this weekend? That and your 7-day forecast. First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit. Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, thick smoke and massive flames filled the air during a fire at a Monroe County marina. Sky 4 over the scene this morning at the Toledo Beach Marina over in LaSalle Township. The 3-alarm fire at the boat storage building was called in just before 7. Firefighters were able to get the fire under control. No one was hurt, but we're told hundreds of boats are either damaged or destroyed.
I'm thinking it's going to be a real tragedy for a lot of people. I'm sure they have underinsured a lot of these boats or no insurance at all.
It's things, not people. So, you know, there's much worse going on out there, and we're grateful that we didn't have a loved one or something irreplaceable on it.
Fire crews are still investigating this afternoon the exact cause of the fire. The state of Michigan is warning seniors to be very careful over the next few days and be on the lookout for Medicare scams. The open enrollment period ends Monday, December 7th. Scammers might try to call you pretending to need personal information. So if you give them access to your Medicare account, they might make unauthorized changes to your coverage. Here are some quick tips. First, do not trust caller ID. Numbers can be spoofed. Never share personal information during an unsolicited phone call. Instead, hang up and call a verified number you know that you can trust to do more research. The state also just sent out the new numbers on the coronavirus crisis. More than 8,600 new cases have been reported in Michigan in just the past 24 hours. We've also seen 81 additional deaths. The big question, how will those numbers affect the current 3-week pause in many indoor activities? It's supposed to end next Tuesday, December 8th. Yesterday, Governor Whitmer said she needs more data to decide on a possible extension. New at 6, high school fall sports have been affected by that pause. Jamie Edmonds will take a look at what schools and coaches are planning as they wait for that decision. It's been a bit overcast in downtown Detroit, but temperatures are pushing into the 40s and it feels kind of good outside. Let's bring in Andrew Humphrey. He's in for Ben today. So what can we expect this weekend?
Tell you what, Karen, couldn't have said it better myself. You're exactly right. Temperatures are at or just above normal, and we're looking at sunnier skies this weekend. Some lower temperatures, but that sunshine's going to look and feel nice. Right now, we're looking at 40 degrees or more across the board, and 40 is our average high. We're right at 40 degrees for our friends in Pontiac, Lapeer, also in Sandusky. Always got you covered up north in the thumb, you know that. We're looking at 41 for our friends in Port Huron, while it's 45 degrees in Ann Arbor. Hey, we've got some sunshine peeking through as we look at downtown Detroit. A beautiful looking day, even with these clouds overhead. 44 degrees, nothing to frown about at all because it is dry across the region. You can see on the visible satellite here a few more breaks in those clouds. We'll see clearer skies tonight, but how much colder does it get? And I talked about lower temperatures this weekend. We'll talk more about that, and of course your 7-day forecast in minutes.
All right, we'll check back with you, Andrew. Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson spoke today about the impact the back and forth over the presidential election may have on future elections. Speaking on a panel about democracy, Benson says people are now more invested than ever in making sure their vote counts.
I appreciate the elevation of election workers, poll workers, our local election administrators, state election administrators this year, because it's important for people to embrace those leaders, but also want to be those leaders. And so I think moving forward, we're going to see a lot more people wanting to do more than vote. I certainly hope so, and investing their time and energy in making democracy work.
Secretary Benson also spoke about what could make the process smoother in the next election. She says she is hoping to work with the legislature to get the ability to pre-process absentee ballots. Well, there is a lot going on in Washington, D.C. as we head toward the Christmas break and Inauguration Day. Congress needs to avoid a government shutdown. It's working on COVID relief. And President-elect Joe Biden is showing us his priorities for his first 100 days. Kimberly Gill tracking all of it from our newsroom. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. Right now, there's growing optimism Congress will pass an overall spending bill before the December 11th deadline. And the president-elect is throwing his support behind a $900 billion COVID relief bill. But he says more stimulus will be needed later. We've been talking about the bill all week. It includes a new boost for unemployment, more paycheck protection, I should say, but no direct stimulus payments to Americans. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he thinks a deal can be done, and President Trump has indicated that he is willing to sign the bipartisan plan, but it hasn't crossed the finish line just yet. Late this afternoon, Biden stepped forward to talk about the economy. He supports the bipartisan bill as a stopgap measure and says the time to act is right now.
We're in a crisis. We need to come together as a nation. We need the Congress to act and act now. If Congress and President Trump fail to act by the end of December, 12 million Americans will lose their unemployment benefits they rely on. Merry Christmas. I'm not alone in saying this situation is urgent. If we don't act now, the future will be very bleak.
And two other quick notes here. Biden says on Inauguration Day he'll ask all Americans to commit to wearing a face mask for the first 100 days of his presidency. And he's asked Dr. Anthony Fauci to stay on the job and become his chief medical advisor. Dr. Fauci says he said yes right on the spot. Karen, we'll see you tonight at 5. We'll have much more then. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
Well, nursing homes have really been ground zero for the spread of the coronavirus, especially in the beginning. Getting a vaccine into those facilities could be a challenge, especially when some residents and their families aren't sold on being among the first to get it. Paula Tutman joins us this afternoon with the stories of two families and two different views on the vaccine. Paula?
And yeah, Karen, you know, this is really, really tough because keep in mind, a lot of these elder loved ones are isolated from their loved ones. They can see them through a window or through a door. And honestly, a vaccine could really help eliminate that and bring these families together. But the decision just isn't that easy. A heartbreak for an entire community is when its matriarch of the arts doesn't even remember how great she is.
She already suffered from Alzheimer's. She was in a memory care facility. You could still have a conversation with her the day before Easter. Easter onward, she is now not able to speak at all.
Karen Vanderkloot DiChiara, who alongside David DiChiara built the Michigan Opera Theater brand, was already living with dementia. This is the last time she played the piano, the day before Easter, because Easter Sunday, she suffered a stroke.
It wasn't until several days later that she spiked a fever and they were willing to test her and then realized she was COVID positive and then connected the fact that the reason she had the stroke was because of COVID. It was a vascular impact rather than a respiratory.
Her daughter Lisa says how she desperately wishes a vaccine could have been just 8 months earlier.
For our mother, she's 79. I mean, from our perspective, she still could have had many years of still having a life where you could still have a real interaction with her, and now that's gone.
But Kelly Ryson, whose father-in-law is also in a nursing care center, says that even though the CDC has recommended that nursing homes and long-term care facilities and their employees be amongst the first in line to get the vaccine, when it does win emergency use authorization, Kelly believes it's still too soon.
Knowing that this vaccine is rushed makes me very nervous.
And this is just one dilemma facing families who have loved ones locked away in care facilities with little or no contact in their waning days. A vaccine too soon, a vaccine not soon enough. And then families have to balance their own anxieties against what's best for the caregivers of their treasured loved ones.
There's a safety issue and a worry for all involved. There's fear for the outcome with my father-in-law. There's fear for the worker.
I think if anything, my story should be one to encourage families and individuals who are older how important to get that vaccine will be.
Okay, so let's talk about those caregivers because they are true heroes. But even they are having problems, Karen, deciding whether or not they want to be on the first line of getting this vaccine, at least some of them. And that's really what we're going to tackle at 6 o'clock this evening. And that is this whole idea of contextual information, making sure people have the right information so they can make the right decision for themselves and the entire herd.
So much to balance and so many decisions to make. All right, we look forward to your next report tonight. Thank you, Paula. Up next here, first at 4, we have a Help Me Hank recall alert. We'll talk about engine trouble linked to at least 3,100 fires and 1 death. But thousands of drivers need to know. Also, is the rest of the country going to catch up to Michigan when it comes to marijuana? Congress considers a big change, plus the newest job numbers, why they didn't meet expectations, and a warning about the next few months. First at 4 continues in just a few minutes.